Hey, I have one of my former clients, Gordon Smith, here with you, and I really wanted to share his story because the cool thing is he broke through six figures and had a huge transformation. But what we really want to focus on is what we both know was really pivotal in getting through this and making it happen, but also just life changing in terms of his transformation. And it has to do with the shift from moving from a scarcity energy and mindset into abundant mindset and energy. And this is a conversation not enough people are talking about, especially in the corporate world. So I thought it would be really valuable to have Gordon here, and Gordon has agreed to share his story. So Gordon, take us through, when we met, right? When you started this process of going through your career transition and this program and the transformation, what was the mindset of scarcity? What did that mean to you? What was that looking like?
When I was introduced to you, Olivia, I had already been for probably 2.5 to 3 years actively searching for a job. It's no big secret. You see this gray down here. I'm past 50, um, and for 2.5, 3 years, I sent out resume after resume after resume and just wasn't getting any kind of traction. I think I had one interview in that entire time. And I started thinking, well, what's wrong with me? Why aren't people interested in talking to me? I've done all this stuff. Um, why can't I get a new job? Why am I stuck in this really what had become a crap job? It was at one point the job that I had hoped to retire from. And when things changed with ownership of the company, it went downhill very quickly. And I ended up in a very hostile environment. And all of those things were eating at me and, just putting me in a place where I just felt like I was done. I was ready to, hang it up and, you know, go work at one of those box stores, put the little apron on and I'll greet customers or whatever. I really was in a bad space. Um, and I came across a Facebook ad and got in touch with um, you and Kevin. And I know things have changed since then, but really, um, one of the first things that struck me when I met you through Zoom was that you started talking about a 6 phase meditation that you had done every day for a year and how it had changed your life. And understand this, I think this is important because when I came to the program that you were running at the time, I was in that dark place, but I was open. I was like, everything that I have done has not worked. You've got something that you think will work for me? Tell me, feed me, pour it in here because I need it. Whatever it is, I'll take it. And I think that was probably one of the key things that helped me get from that scarcity to abundance was just being open to it and understanding that there are things about ourselves that we don't understand. And you talked about this meditation, and I've told you before that I had been exposed to meditation when I was in college. It was kind of a goofy thing I did because I wanted to have an out of body experience or something like that. But the techniques that I learned during that process, the relaxation, the body scan, the visualization, all of those things stayed with me. And I continued to use those techniques when I needed them. And when you started talking about mindset and getting to a and being in a place of scarcity, you basically described me when you said, I'm not good enough. I can't get a job. I can't do this. I can't. And that was where I was at. And it resonated so heavily with me that when you said, meditate, find your way to a place of abundance, I said, sure, absolutely. I'm going to do that because what else have I got to lose? I really didn't have anything less that could have happened. So I got into it, and um, within about 3 or 4 weeks, my wife noticed a difference, and it's like, wow, what's going on? And I had already had, when I met you, I had already had a morning routine, and I just added the meditation to it. And I really started working on that and trying to figure out, okay, what do I need? I need to realize that there are opportunities out there, that there are an abundance of opportunities, whether they are coming to me or not. There's probably another reason why they aren't, but I'm going to get myself fixed up here as best I can. It took me several years to get into that deep, dark hole of scarcity. It took me quite a while to get out of it. But within a couple of weeks, I started to see the top of the hole and started to climb back out. And it really was understanding that what we feed this thing up here is really important. Um, it can have life-changing effects. The, and there's all these catchphrases that are coming at me right now. And one of them is that, you are closer to a six-figure job than you think you are. You're really only 6 inches away from it.
And
And that 6 inches is right up here.
I love this because this is what even sparked this whole conversation. When you messaged me on LinkedIn, you told me you got that six-figure offer. Then I saw your post on LinkedIn, and it was all about the abundant energy you had moved into, and it was nowhere about the money anymore. So I would love to hear, when you got to that state, what did that mean to you, and why did all of a sudden money become irrelevant to you?
Um, well, we used to talk about not being invested in the outcome of an interview, and that's really where I was at. You know, I came across this opportunity, and I told you the crazy thing about this that I still kind of go, wow, was that I came across it 30 days ago today.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea, and it was really kind of one of those things. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. I'll see what happens. It's no big deal. Um, the money was there, but why wasn't the money important? Because I think I had already made the change up here, that it wasn't really about the money. It was about the opportunity, that it was about the job, the fact that I had an opportunity to do something that I really wanted to do. And somebody, yeah, they're willing to pay me a boatload of money, but the fact that they just wanted me, and they saw my value, and thanks to you and the things that I learned through the program, excuse me, that I felt so at ease in the interview. And even now I'm still kind of trying to figure out, wow, did I really get that job? Yeah, I'm there. It wasn't about the money, because I had been validated in terms of thinking I'm too old. The hiring manager is less than half my age, and that told me that I'm in a unique place with this particular company, that they don't see age, they don't see skin color, they don't see gender. It's really a transformation for me. And just being in that place and being in that environment, it really became less about the money, and just the fact that here I've come through this journey and finally gotten that opportunity that I was looking for. If it wasn't a six-figure job, I probably would still be pretty excited about it. But the fact that it is, it's like, yeah, I did it. It's really cool. And yeah, the money's good, but it really was where I had come from, and who I became in the process was much more important than the money.
I love it because that's what I've been preaching. The identity comes first. The universe rewards who you are, not what you want. And you became abundance, literally.
Yes.
And I just want to celebrate you for that because you're giving so many people hope right now that, are in a dark place. Maybe they don't see the light. They don't see the how. They don't know what they're going to do. They don't have any references to support it. If you're talking to your former self and somebody listening that could be in that situation, what's some parting wisdom you would leave them with?
Give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. It took me a good 4 or 5, maybe 6 years to dig myself into that hole of darkness and scarcity. Um, it's going to take you some time to get out of it. You have to get this thing fixed. You have to get this thing working from a point of abundance. You have to understand that that is what's going to get you to that point. I would sit there many days and go, I don't believe this stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go through and go through the abundance thing. And I'd say that at the beginning of my meditations that, yeah, I've got to do this. I've got to do this. But by the time I got to the end of it, I was so charged with positive energy, and I would sit there and go, thank goodness I did that, because I feel so much better now than I did 30 minutes ago. And now I'm ready to go out and face whatever this world has to throw at me, and I'm ready for it. And it's because I was able to get through all of that garbage and essentially flush it, get rid of it, and fill myself up with positive energy, and know that regardless of an opportunity comes along, I'm in a better place because I got my head screwed on straight. And
Well,
that's
you're
that's in
speaking
that
to
was really the transformation.
no, thank you, Gordon. And this is really a message so many people need. So I so appreciate your time and congratulations on the
Well,
amazing
thank you.
new offer.
Thank you. Thank you very much for everything, Olivia. Really, you are the person that I think of most often as having that influence over me that made this change possible. So thank you very much.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.